Hey everybody, this is Ben back again, and welcome back to another video in which for today's video I'm going to now show you guys my DVDs without cases, which a majority of them I have downstairs here in my basement. As you can see, I'm not in my room again, I'm in my basement, kind of like my last video when I showed my CDs. But now what we're going to do for today's video, I'm going to now show you guys my DVDs that I don't have the cases for anymore, which a lot of them we've kept down here. There are some exceptions upstairs in my room, like you might have seen in previous videos, like the Lion King Circle of Life, or Gladiator, or Cheaper by the Dozen, Toy Story 2, or Daddy Daycare. Like, those are some exceptions. But the rest of these, however, we have downstairs here in my room, which I have them all piled up here. And some of these you might have probably already seen, like when I did the damaged DVDs videos. You probably might have seen some, but there are some though that I haven't shown though. And so here we are, going to show you. Apologize for the creaks on the upper floor. That's my parents walking around, and also the other ambience down here, like the sounds of water in the laundry room and stuff. But anyways, I'm not going to brag on about that. Let's get on with the video here. So first up, I'm going to show you here is Matchbox Hero City, which is this was a short-lived animated series. It only ran for, like, I think 2 episodes. I don't know if these were on TV or if they were released straight to DVD or straight to video, like VHS and DVD. I'm not too sure. But I used to watch this a lot back in the day. Includes Rocket Park and Haunted House, which I have kept the original toys of them. I have both of them. And so, yeah, this was from 2004, I think, by Mattel, or it was released by Mattel. So yep. So yeah, so that's Matchbox Hero City. So next up, we're gonna do Ice Age Super Cool Edition Disc 1, which, of course, yeah, this is the movie Ice Age, of course. It's Disc 1 of the Super Cool Edition video. Disc 1 of the Super Cool Edition of the movie, I should say. But anyways, that is that. And this disc, along with Matchbox Hero City and some of these other ones, I have checked and they work fine, and this is one of them. This one doesn't have any issues. Disc 2, on the other hand, has issues. Like, you know, you already seen it in my damaged DVDs number 13, and so. But anyways, that is a look at that one. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these like that. Flip them upside down so they can be in the same exact order like I've had them prior to right now. Here is it's kind of hard to get one of these with you know, because sometimes I might get 2 at the same time. But anyways, here's Open Season, which is another copy of it. Here is Disc 2 of the Super Cool Edition of Ice Age, which this is the one that doesn't work well on some parts, as you already know. Shark Tale here, this is the one that doesn't work properly, but yeah, it's in pretty bad shape. Here is The Simpsons Season 11, Disc 4, which this one doesn't work as well. Well, it's a Mad Marge episode. It doesn't work well, but all the other discs of Season 11, and there's some Season 6 ones here as well, they all work fine. So, anyways, next up is Spy Kids, which is the original. Mary Poppins Disc 1 right here, which is the 40th anniversary edition release. The Simpsons Season 11 Disc 2. And then Shrek 3D. Yep, this one is in horrible condition, as you already know. Some of these I have already kept. I've had them in case. I have cases for them, but for whatever reason didn't put them back in. Like, for example, this Bugs Bunny and Friends Waikiki Wabbit. I have the case for this, but I, for some reason, didn't put it in there. Don't know if I'll do that at the end of the video. I'm probably just going to leave them the way they are, but maybe eventually I'll get to it. Anyways, next up is Simpsons Season 11, Disc 3. Simpsons Season 11, Disc 1. The Simpsons Season 6, Disc 4. Here is Seen It, the DVD game. This is a sports edition. Yeah, this is a ESPN Sports Edition, which this one is pretty scratched up, but I played it and it works like there's no problems with it. So, Simpsons Season 6, Disc 2. Cartoon Craze All-Stars Volume 2. I think that's one of them I still have the case for, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to mention that for all these, but the ones I've kept cases for. But anyways, here is Simpsons Season 6, Disc 3. Here's another Seen It DVD, which is Seen It Junior. This contains kid-friendly movies on here. I used to play this a lot back in the day. This came with a Wendy's Kids meal back in 2008, it was. Or this came out in 2008. I don't remember getting this in 08. I think I might have did, but I don't remember. But yeah, I used to play that a lot back then. Cartoon Craze Woo's Whoopie, which is Felix the Cat, of course. Here is Mary Poppins, the 40th Anniversary Edition, Disc 2. Here's a kind of an interesting one. This is a in-text DVD. This is like this is like an instructional video on like how to set up an in-text pool, which we used to have one back then. But of course, obviously now we have, with YouTube and all this stuff, obviously instructional DVDs and even tapes, DVDs in particular, obviously have become obsolete thanks to, social media and stuff. But anyways, next up we have Finding Nemo, Disc 1, which is another copy of it. This one works pretty good. Like, there's no problems with it. The one I have upstairs doesn't work well, which I've shown before in my damaged DVDs number 3 it was. But anyways, next up is Shark Tale, which is another copy of it, but this one works okay. Like, there's no issues with it. Except, however, on the back, though, there's, like, some dried up stuff, and it is scratched, but there is no issues with it. Here's Natural Killers Predators Close-Up Polar Bear Alcatraz, which I have a ton of these DVDs, which the rest of them I have in cases, but this is one of the ones without it. This one has no issues. Here is The Incredibles, Disc 2, which is one of several copies of this. I have Disc 1 in here, but I'll get to in a moment. Here's Disney Sing-Along Songs, Brother Bear, On My Way. Yep, that one's in horrible condition, but it is what it is. Winnie the Pooh 1, 2, 3s. I have ABCs upstairs. Beverly Hills Chihuahua, which I have kept the case for, but I think I'm going to get rid of that just because it's in bad condition. So here's Aladdin, Disc 1, which is the original DVD from 2004, the Platinum Edition or Special Edition release of this. Here's Disc 1 of The Incredibles right here, which, again, it's one of several copies of this. This is the full screen edition. Disc 2 of Aladdin. Of course, both discs, they both don't work well. Both, if you've seen my damaged DVDs number 10, where I showed Aladdin Disc 1, along with the On My Way and the 1, 2, 3s and the, Beverly Hills Chihuahua. Yeah, that one is in pretty bad shape. And then Disc 2 I showed in my damaged DVDs number 12. Along with The Incredibles and Iron Giant, which both of those work good. Like, there's no issues with them. But anyways, next up we have VeggieTales Sumo of the Opera. I have kept the case for it, but I just, for whatever reason, didn't put it in. But here's Nature Unleashed Fire and Crash Landing. I showed that in the when I did my damaged DVDs number 7. That one doesn't have any problems with it. Disney Sing-Along Songs, Little Patch of Heaven. Or Home on the Range, Little Patch of Heaven, that is. Letter Factory, which is, you know, Leapfrog. This is the original DVD release from Warner Brothers, because I think Lionsgate owns the rights to these now, but that's the original DVD release of it. Little People Storytime Collection, which is from 2004. Yes, this is in pretty bad shape, but it works like there's... Well, one part, there was issues, but the rest of it is fine. Of course, it contains Discovering Storytime and Movie Night at Farmer Jed's. I think that's what it was called. Charlotte's Web right here, which is the original from 1973. Yep, that one is again... The conditions of it are again no good. I don't gotta keep mentioning like the ones that, you know, are damaged, but just for, you know, because I think you've seen the damaged DVDs. If you've seen those, you know what I'm talking about. But for those who probably don't, well then, and are, well, I'm not really gonna get into it because I think you probably may get the idea or something. I don't know, but anyways, next up is Space Chimps. This one I might maybe need to look back on because when I think I checked it once and it worked okay, but I just went chapter by chapter. I might have to maybe go through parts of this just to make sure if there are any like skipped parts or something, damaged parts. Then if there are, then maybe I might include that in another damaged DVDs video if I get the chance to. Anyways, next up is World Trade Center Disc 2, and then I also have the bonus disc right here. The first disc I have upstairs. So those are that. Here's Natural Killers, Predators Close-Up, Brown Hyenas, Ghosts of the Great Salt Lakes. Yeah, there's not really much to talk about these ones, but... So, yep. Here's the disc for VeggieTunes. I showed the case for this when I did the CD collection video. I might maybe put this in maybe after. So that's pretty cool. And, of course, it also contains the list of tracks on here are also on the disc itself, the disc artwork. We got, I think, 3 more left. Next up is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which is the original DVD from 2001. Well, it's not the original DVD from 2001. There was another DVD prior to that from like the 90s, but this is the original 01 release with the original artwork and the cover. Here's Lyle Lovett and Joshua Judge's Ruth CD. This is another... I forgot about this CD. But here it is for those... here it is for interest, I guess. And finally, this doesn't count, but it's for some reason... For some odd reason it is in here, and it's Marvel Ultimate Alliance for the... This is a bonus disc for this game we had for the PS2. I don't remember I remember the beginning of it, but I don't remember actually playing it, or my brother. I think my brother didn't like this game, but it doesn't really matter, but it is, but anyways, so yeah, anyways, that is it for my DVD collection without cases video. And because of course and the thing that's actually coincidental is that last year I did the VHS collection, which is, you know, over there, those bins there. That video, I think I did this video at this time last year, like at the end of September, like in September 30th, I think, and then today I think it's September 28th, I believe. So like it's around this exact same time that I did the VHS stuff last year, and then this year at this time doing the DVDs. So that's pretty kind of coincidental. So yeah, I didn't really know that until after thinking about it. But anyways, that is it for today's video, and I'll see you again sometime later in the week because it is Sunday, and so I'll probably have 2 videos. I'm thinking maybe planned later for this week, and so, well, actually, this week is the first week of October. The second half of this week is October. Then the Tuesday is September 30th. Is the 30th, the last day of September, and so I'll probably do maybe 2 videos then for each, just because you know how I like to do it. And so probably like maybe 3 videos I'm thinking this week, depending on, I guess, what comes to my mind and stuff. So, but I'll see you again then for the 30th of September, hopefully. And so there you go for today's video.